Hi everyone and welcome to Anxiety Remedies. Now today I wanted to speak to you about panic attacks, and panic attacks is when your anxiety is so uncontrolled and so heightened that it can cause you to hyperventilate. You'll get shortness of breath, go dizzy, feel faint, nauseous. Now all of these symptoms may not occur at once or even to you. Everyone experiences panic attacks differently. So for me, I hyperventilate, feel like I can't breathe, and mainly I'll get numbness in my body and tingling sensations all through my hands and my legs. And of course you feel like you're gonna die no matter how many times you go through it. Most people in their lifetime will experience a panic attack. Now some of us will have experienced it multiple times, and we're probably going to experience it again, but hopefully we can try and prevent it. A lot of the content will be for when you're feeling like you're managing your anxiety and coping with it, and it's very preventative of panic attacks. However, at the start I just wanted to release a video of ways that some things I've tried and some things I've looked into if you are in this situation sometime in the future. So I just wanted to release a video on coping mechanisms. Now panic attacks are heightened anxiety, and a lot of it is surrounding your breathing. So you'll have short, shallow breaths, and you could start to feel yourself hyperventilating, and this is going to cause a lot of those symptoms you're feeling during the panic attack. Now this is dizziness, nausea, chest pain. All of these things are because your breathing is irregulated. A few tips on how to cope. So first of all, you want to think about your breathing. So you want to stay exactly where you are. If you're starting to get worked up and you're recognizing the symptoms. Now that is so important. You need to recognize that actually, this isn't something more. This is my anxiety. Recognize that and try and stop it in its tracks. One thing I found super helpful is to think about how many seconds you're breathing for. So you can breathe in for 3 seconds, hold for 2, and breathe out for 3. So when you're breathing as well, this isn't short breaths. This is you're pushing out from your tummy. Breathe in. Initially, this might seem a struggle if you're breathing very rapidly, but 3, 2, 3 are good numbers to help you regulate your breathing again. And then you could take the next step and do 4, 4, 4, where you breathe in for 4, you hold for 4, and you release for 4. And these are seconds. This isn't 1, 2, 3, 4. So this could help. Now, for me, it's all well and good saying think about doing those breaths when you're breathing, but it doesn't necessarily help me. I need something a bit more visual. So I came across a method recently where you've got your hand. So this time you'll do the same sort of thing, but you'll follow your fingers up and down, and every time you go up you breathe in. At the top of the point, this is when you hold, and going down, and this is when you breathe out, and then repeat. So in this instance you'd go 1, 2, 3, hold for 2, out, 2, 3, and then you'll repeat. And it's just, you would physically move your finger around your hand and just solely concentrate on that and keep your mind occupied. This should help with your breathing. Another great trick is to speak to yourself. Now this doesn't need to be out loud, this could be in your head, and it's positive coping statements. So in this way we would just remind ourselves, this isn't dangerous, I know what it is. This isn't going to cause me to have a heart attack. This isn't going to... I've been here before and I got through it then, I can get through it now. Other things you can say to yourself are positive affirmations. Now affirmations I'm going to do a separate video on, but this is all about positive statements, reiterating positive statements to yourself. Another great way is to shift your focus and try and keep your mind occupied. So one handy tip I use is that straight away I go to 100 and count down from 100 in different multiples, and if I find it too easy, do some really rogue multiples where you're really having to try your brain. And at the same time as this, I would tap my shoulder, and this isn't going to be a rapid tap, it will just be shifting my focus from my rapid breathing to different things. Another great one is the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounding method. Now I've heard this used everywhere. I know of a lot of people that have suggested this to me. I personally haven't used it yet, but I do keep it in mind. 5 things that you can see, 4 things that you can feel, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and the 1 thing that you can taste. You can even mix it up a little bit with different versions. So you could do 5 things that I like about myself, 4 things I'm grateful for, etc, etc. Now the aim of all of these methods is to slow your heart rate, and slowing your heart rate and concentrating on your breathing, it will help to regulate your breathing. And this then in turn will make you feel a lot better, because again, most of your symptoms are because of irregulated breathing. So getting your breathing regulated is so important. So there's just a few methods, and when you're feeling like you're going towards a panic attack, it's trying to stop you on your way there. You'll use these methods to try and prevent your panic attack escalating further and further, because panic attacks can last up to an hour. You can have one panic attack and it can stimulate another. It's just not a nice thing to have, and preventing it on its way will help you feel better in the long run. And the less panic attacks you're going to get, the less anxiety you're going to feel, because then you shouldn't feel worried about getting them again. Or you know that, hey, I might get it again, but I know my methods and I know how to prevent it escalating. So that's it from me, guys. If you liked this video and you found it helpful, give me a thumbs up. And if you do use these methods, or you find yourself using these methods in future, please comment. I want to know if it helps you. I'll keep you updated if these help me too. But if there's one thing you're going to take away from this video, it's control your breathing.